I'm Marissa, and what we want to do, Marissa Best, is talk about any good news that we have going on this week.
Married in 2002, and then I started all these symptoms that same year. I remember from my wedding, I felt like it was the greatest thing in the world for me. But at the same time, when we jumped the broom, I stepped on the broom because I didn't know what MS was. I didn't know what nothing was.
Multiple sclerosis is the ability to not be able to move. It can affect your legs, arms, eyesight, your thinking, your balance, your ability to emotionally interact with others. And it is an illness that I like to use as a term and not a disease.
When I'm at work sometimes, I can do the same thing over and over and over again. But the fifth time, it might come to me, oh, remember, Nikki, you said last review you were going to do it like this. And so it just, sometimes it takes me to do something more than once.
If you can imagine a electrical cord that is frayed, once that cord has a fray in it, or if the protective coating that is around the electrical cord is missing, then from here to here, you're not going to get the signal. That breakdown of the protective coating is called that's the myelin sheath. Once that breaks down, the spacing in between, it leaves scar tissue, also known as sclerosis. So then in your brain, you will have multiple sclerosis. The sclerosis can be in your brain as well as in your spine.
I might forget some things, but for some reason, that's why I say that music is my passion, because I don't forget that. But you know, one thing I always think about, why people don't ask me how I do that. How do you remember those things?
When you see someone who has MS, everyone is going to look different. So someone could look at me and say, well, you don't look like you have MS. Right. The scar tissue that is affecting my particular MS is more along the back of my skull, the cerebral area. So it causes me to have a lot of headache pain. You can't see pain. Some people you'll see in wheelchairs. That's because the scar tissue is actually in the spinal column. That's preventing their legs from walking. I have seen 12-year-olds with MS. I've seen people live with MS 17 years, 20 years, where before they thought that, again, it was just, you get MS, you get sick, you go to your bed, you die. And that is so not the case. I have so much living to do, and anyone and everyone that will listen, it is my objective to explain to them exactly what MS is, what they can do to further advance the treatment, and get a lot of policies, just basic needs that we do not have, get those put into place.